Hi, I'm Ryan with the R&R Law Group. In a previous video we had discussed an overview of the aggravated DUIs, what that means to be able to have an aggravated DUI in Arizona or a felony DUI. Today we're talking about one of those subsections. So this is the aggravated DUI for getting a DUI or being suspected of DUI while your driver's license was suspended. Okay, so it comes under the statute 28-1383A1. That means that if you are suspected of a DUI and while driving your license privileges were suspended, revoked, canceled, or if they were suspended due to a previous DUI or anything under those statutes, that's what gets you to this level. This is a Class 4 felony. What that means is that that's kind of in that middle range of the felonies. So Class 1 is the most punished felony. Class 6 is the least punished felony. So Class 4 felony goes right up in the middle there. So what does this mean? So an aggravated DUI while your driving privileges were suspended. This means that you knew or you should have known that your driver's license was suspended. What that means is that the notice to a person is effective as soon as the MVD sends out the mailing. So if the MVD says your license is suspended and they put it on a piece of paper and they send that notice to you in the mail, that's deemed notice. So nobody has to know whether or not you received it. Nobody has to personally serve you with that notice. You don't have to actually know that your license is suspended. There's an element that says that if you should have known that your license was suspended, that's enough to move into that threshold of your license being suspended. And then if you have that DUI element with this, now you're looking at an aggravated DUI. State doesn't have to prove that you actually got it. So, that's one of the common misconceptions is, sometimes people will say, well, but I didn't know I had it. Doesn't the state have to prove that I received that paperwork showing that my license was suspended? And that's just not the case. All they have to show is that it was properly put into the mail. And there's just a printout that shows, okay, this is when the notice was generated and this is when the notice was mailed out. And then it becomes on you to either show that you didn't receive it or that something else had happened. What's more is they don't even have to mail it to your current address. If you haven't updated your address with the MVD, then they can send it to whatever address they have on file. And if they don't have an address on file, they can send it to whatever address was on your citation. So if your citation was wrong or had the wrong mailing address, that's not the state's problem. That becomes a notice issue that you're going to have to be able to prove or show that you shouldn't have known that your license was suspended. It's very severe if you happen to get an aggravated DUI in these circumstances. Why? Is because if you've never been in trouble before, but your license was suspended and you get the DUI and you're convicted of this, then before you get put on to probation, you're going to serve 4 months in DOC. That's not jail. That's not where, you hear about people doing some jail time for a DUI and they're able to get out and go to work every day. This is DOC. This is prison, Department of Corrections. So if you get convicted of an aggravated DUI while your license was suspended, you're going to prison for a minimum of 4 months before you even start probation. And that, again, is assuming that you've never been in trouble before, that you don't have any other prior felony convictions, because if you do, then we start looking at ramping up those timelines. I know we've talked about mandatory sentencing in Arizona. In that Category 1, the presumptive sentence for a Class 4 felony is 2.5 years. The Category 2, it's 4.5, and a Category 3 offender, you're looking at 10 years in prison if you've had prior felony convictions. So again, this is a very serious offense in which your life could be destroyed because you have to go to prison for 4 months. You'll also get the revocation of your driver's license. Again, another hurdle to be able to get your driver's license back. This is not just a simple suspension. It means that you have to fill out a revocation packet, show that you've completed all of your obligations for the court, you've served whatever incarceration time you have to serve, that you're going to rehab, that you're doing the alcohol counseling. You have to be signed off as medically fit by a doctor before they'll give you your driver's license back. And then that's just the beginning. You'll start with the ignition interlock and keep moving from there. So if you've been pulled over or have the allegation that you've got an aggravated DUI because your license was suspended, you need to give our office a call so we can talk about what actions you can take in order to secure your future.